issue. We are talking tonight about how do we stop human sexual trafficking. It's obviously all of these things are what's considered billion-dollar businesses, a lot of money, and it's really sad when people have to live off of other people's misery. Uh, but it shows how deprived people are. See, that's the thing. Um, so far, just this year alone, through the National Human Trafficking Resource Center. Okay, so that's a real agency that's alive and well. They've had 2,600 this year, 678 cases reported this year. We're not talking about last year. And the numbers, so since 2007 is when it went into effect. I remember I said we started talking about this in 2009. We knew about it in 2007, but we were on the internet till 2008. So we've been right along tracking with it. Now, that's the numbers for 2016, 2,600. The numbers for all of 2015 were 4,136 cases. 2014, 3,500 cases. 2013, 3,300. And 2012, 2,363. So you can see the whole year of 2012 they only had 2,300, and now this half of this year we're on target, on roll to get about 5,000. It is out of control. Obviously, it'll be out of control until they not have one case. Now that probably won't happen until the millennium, when Satan is bound up. Because remember, Satan, this is his big thing, to deal in the lust of the eye, lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. Those are three avenues, and two of those really relate and evolve around sex. And before it's over, I think before Jesus comes back, probably most families will have someone who is involved in being trafficking. They say that, but with 6 generations living now, it's going to happen. Just like I know that probably most families have at least one person that is homosexual. And I believe that's always been, there's been somebody. It's just that because people have been in the closet for so long, now they're coming out, and families have stopped. So many families are not as brutal on each other as they used to be. But the human trafficking, see, that's again, people are being picked off the street, picked off the schoolyards, picked off walking home by themselves, picked off leaving work, going to work. And these people have gotten good at being body snatchers. Remember the movie The Body Snatchers? That's what these people are, I believe. They take people that's not their will. Now, we have another article. I'm looking at all this. There's so much information. I'm so glad there is, too. Makes what I'm doing a little easier. This is Shared Hope. They define what is sexual trafficking. And in red, I wish you could see it. In red, it has sexual trafficking is a booming industry. Now, of course, you heard me say that at the beginning of the program, right before I told stuff up. We know it. The devil, think about it. The devil's got to feed these people's greed. they got to feed the devil's greed. I'm not sure who's feeding who, but it's a feeding frenzy, and it's not right. Sexual trafficking occurs when someone uses force, fraud, or coercion to cause a commercial sex act with an adult, or causes a minor to commit a commercial sex act. A commercial sex act includes prostitution, pornography. Sexual performance is done in exchange for any item of value, such as money, drugs, shelter, food, or clothes. And you think about this, and you think about people who don't want to even give to legitimate ministry in exchange for value. When people get something from the Lord, and they are afraid to give to quality ministries. Everybody out here isn't a cook. You need to ask God who is what and be guided by the Holy Spirit. Because, you holding back, they're going to still make it one way or the other. God is going to, he has to have a rock to turn into some money. I believe he'll do that. So we have, it says it thrives because there is a serious demand. Remember we talked about that. You have a buyer who use the market with their money. And, got people working 2 and 3 jobs, people playing the stock market and what have you. And then we get here the 2 sides. You got the trafficker from the pimp. And I'm not talking about the pimp preacher either. That's another website you might go to see what mess is going on in the church. I should say some churches. So you got the trafficker, the pimp, exploits the victims to earn revenue from the buyers. And then on the other side of the coin, you have the victim. And I'm believing that many of them will become soon victors. Includes both girls and boys who are bought and sold for profit. Dealing in human flesh. Boy, we're getting right into this tonight. And understand, you too can be free. And I believe it takes a certain sensitivity and commitment to work with people who come out of being trafficked. I'll let you say it. To work with good people. And all of the folks that are out there, I think of so many people who say they're doing this and doing that, and in fact, when they get the opportunity to get their hand in a cookie jar, a lot of them are doing it. It takes a strong person, it takes a committed person to not injure the people, young, very young, or even middle age. And understand, there are folks that they don't just like little kitties. Now, we just saw this morning, it's just posted, this police officer in Ohio who was having sex with a young boy. And because he's a police officer, they thought they had a case against him. But the Ohio Supreme Court ruled that nothing wrong with a police officer having sex with a little kid. Their age of consent in Ohio is 16. To show you what a mess we got going. But now there are states that want to rule, get those numbers down to 12, 13, what have you. To lower the age of consent for some people, the more it meets their fantasy. And they truly have a fantasy. Or fancy, maybe it's both words. Alright, so we got it going on. We're going to just go ahead and go back in. Dear old Periscope did just what I figured it would do. It went wacko. So, this trafficking is a real deal. And, you know, the pimps is bad enough for them. I'm going to leave that, just see what happens. So, now, look at this. Traffickers find their victims. Look how they find the victims. That's why the things that we do and use, we have to be careful and know what we want. There we go. So they find their victims. The traffickers find their victims through the biggest one, the social network. And they're like, that's almost like, that's a trouble one. It's like catching, I almost said like catching roaches, but it's like catching, well, humans. And they put little traps out, like catching mice. So they have all these things on social network. And you gotta watch Twitter, you gotta watch Facebook, and of course Periscope. It's gotta be the latest one where they're pulling in, because you see, and I read all this stuff, so they have the gangs on here, and they have all kind of stuff on here. And that's why things I don't know, I ask you guys and you tell me. Then they go into home neighborhoods. They get them in clubs or bars. Then they spread out to the internet. And there's some that are so bold, they go right in the schools and get the boys and girls. It's both. It's not just girls. There are many young men who have been pulled into the web of human trafficking because they're women, older women, the cougars. Ugh. Listen, folks, God delivered me so I can talk about all this stuff just and be as graphic as I need to be. At the age of let's see, I was 16. I had a cougar, and I was saved. I had the Holy Ghost, but was ignorant. And I had a cougar, 35. So I know flesh, and I know that young fellows, many of them, are quite attractive to these older women. And so it's boys, girls, all of it. And they lure them through the promise of, listen to this, here are the key things that they use. Protection. What are you going to protect them from? From themselves. And then, of course, love. That's why the gangs thrive in America. America is so turned and twisted right now. And it always has been. And thank God that people of God, real people, regardless of who you are, realize that we're one race and we need to pray for this one race to survive till Jesus comes. And then after that, it's going to be interesting. We won't be here. So they do protection, they do love, adventure, excitement, a home, place to live. You know, we were in Colorado all those years, and all those young people that were kicked out of their homes by their mothers and fathers. But perfect pickings. That I-25 corridor in Colorado, perfect corridor. They run them down, and they use it for drugs, and they use it for drug running, and for trafficking, and all the other, whatever you can run up down that I-25 corridor. Same with our I-5 corridor here, up and down from California all the way on up to Washington. And you got your corridor on the East Coast, going all the way from New York and all of them parts on down to Georgia. And then you got your southern corridor, 10. It's real, folks. You too can be free. And I'll tell you, they have classes now. If you have a heart to help. Oh, and the last thing I said, home and opportunity. Opportunity to be their slave. And you have to work to pay for your food so that they can, it's such a sick game. Suicide is high. Self-mutilation is high. and then so many other drugs. The common age, listen to this, the common age a child enters sex trafficking is 14 to 16. Too young and naive to realize what's happening. Society may call it prostitution, but federal law calls it sex trafficking. Victims need help, not judgment or punishment. The folks that ought to be punished are the pimps and the pimpess. Yeah, the women that are involved, the men that are involved. So you too can be free. And I know that pedophiles that are on here, like all the pedophiles that have jumped on here and thought we were going to give them something to whet their appetites, may you gag tonight. May you be sick and sleep and have nightmares and turn over in your sleep and just can't even sleep. Wake up, nightmares, break out in sweat. Let the devil torment you. All you pedophiles. I know you come to these programs thinking you're going to get something to turn you on. I pray that your organs, your whether you got a penis or a vagina, don't work. And the biggest organ, your biggest sex organ is your brain, that it gets delivered. Because of social stigma or misinformation, really, victims go unidentified and misidentified. Silenced by fear and control of the trafficker. Pigeonholed into treatment for only the surface issues. They have places all across the country now. People are getting money to help when people are recovered from these places. But you need to round these greedy dogs up. The pimps and the pimpess. I don't give it, it's not a new name. Pimpess, female pimps. And any other, whatever title, whether they're from Russia, whether they're from China, whether they're from any place in Europe. I'm talking about the men that have these appetites for this stuff. Sex trafficking children are instead treated for drug abuse, alcohol abuse, domestic violence, delinquency, teenage pregnancy, STDs, and abortion. Shows you the insanity of America and the world. All making the true need, all masking rather, true need for freedom. I'm sharing with you so you know what I'm reading from. This is good. You can find it. Shared Hope. Go there, become a member, and give them some money. Donate. They got a big red button. Donate. Okay, so what they teach minors the tactics of traffickers so they can avoid the dangerous situations. I mean, if they come on the school grounds, and they do, okay, we're about to get out of here. They train people, professionals, how to interpret the signs of trafficking to identify the victims. They help, inform, connect, and fund. It takes money. It takes money, whether it's your ministry, whether it's your hobby, whatever you got, it takes money. The Bible says money answers all things. So all these folks that are talking about money, look, it takes money. The Lord had it put in the Bible to answer the questions so the folks would know anything new, nothing new. So they bring justice. They find these guys, and and here's what I am proposing: a prison for pedophiles. Put all the pedophiles together and see what happens. What about castration for all the pedophiles and the pimps? Now I know that I think it's Nigeria or Ghana. One of them they finally stopped the female mutilation. So I'm not sure we want to do any kind of castration on the female, but something, somebody will think of something that's humane. But it's like if you don't want to use your organ for what God made it for, then maybe it needs to be not used at all. Okay, so the shared this company, this organization, Shared Hope, their final say is let's stop trafficking once and for all. Another good organization, a lot of good organizations out there. And then, of course, what we're doing, Joy Christian Center, the Prophetic Center of Hope. So that's what's happening. You find somebody, you see somebody that needs help before they go in. We have our books are available. We will minister to people. We'll talk to people. If you are a pedophile, a pimp, or pimp S, and you want to stop doing it, and you're ready to confess, we'll let you confess to God, according to 1 John 1, first chapter, verse 8, 9, 10. But we will minister to you so you can get set free from the demons and the forces of darkness that are driving you to do what you do in the spirit of greed. It's all about the lust of money. Sex is just a tool, just a vehicle for you to get your money. That most of you are not into sex. Most of you probably don't even have sex. All you want is the money. And then you have your drugs, and then you have whatever. So we can cast the demons out of lust, cast the demons out of perversion, cast the demons out of greed, avarice, and any other work of darkness. YouTube, hey guys, you're out there all over the world. You know what's happening, and you see it. Here's what I say to everyone: if you see something, do something about it. Just don't put yourself in harm's way, unless you're in one of the states where you can pack. What I mean by pack, you got a gun of some sort. You don't need an AK-47 or AK, whatever it is. But you're packing and you know how to protect yourself good. But do something. Don't let not another little boy, little girl, between the ages of 14 and 16, and they want them younger. They want them all the way down to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They want little kids. We got some sick people on the planet. Out of the 7 or 8 billion people here, I don't know how many sick, but it's a lot of them. Alrighty, we are off. We're going to be off here, and meaning we're done for the night. But we will be back early in the morning for prayer on our other channel. Come back and pray. And if you're one that believes in prayer, join us with prayer with the prophetess. My wife will be praying, and I'll be with her. And you can join us for prayer. Much prayer, much done. Little prayer. See what's happened. That's why so many people are starting to pray. We've been praying for a long time, and we will continue to pray until Jesus returns. We see no hands raised. We're glad that everyone is where you are. So we say, why suffer when others are being healed? Why die before your time? Expect a miracle, and know that pain is not for life. Not for life. Alrighty, so we're off until tomorrow morning, back, and then back Monday with Brother Shannon. That's our other channel on the Omega Man radio ministry, the Word of Truth. And then Tuesday, actually Monday through Friday at 5 we're back. 5 o'clock we're back on our regular channel of Prophetic Prayer and Conversations with you. We've got 50 phone lines. Call in, interactive call for prayer, call for prophetic counseling, whatever you need. The Lord can bring deliverance. He's available. Just waiting for someone to pick the phone up, pick up your Skype, whatever you got. Use your Google Talk, any devices to get into us, and we minister to you in love. It's all about love. And folks, I'm going to leave you with something gloomy. It's going to get worse. And then I'm going to come back and leave you something good. Our hope is in the Lord, and we hope and wait for the return of the Lord. But while we are waiting, we've got to muddle through all of this stuff to help those that we can. Remember Matthew, the 25th chapter, verses 31 through 40. Alrighty, so much for all of that. Have a blessed weekend. Get a chance to go to somebody's church or synagogue, home fellowship, or something. But serve the Lord. Give the Lord some time. Hey, we have some people coming into the room. We're about ready to go off. We're glad you could join us. We'll be back on this channel starting Tuesday night. I don't know what our subject will be, but it'll be interesting. You'll understand a lot of sexual trafficking. And it's moved from the hot point at one time with the Philippines for little boys for $600 pop. And I don't know the prices here in America. I haven't even asked. So many, who knows? I mean, it's a billion-dollar business, more greed than you can imagine. But tonight I speak to the trafficking world that we may crumble, fall apart at the seams, have nightmares, have accomplishments, have all kind of stuff going on. Let there be utter confusion in the sexual trafficking world, so that every time somebody comes to rescue, your organization falls apart at the seams, and the young people are set free. Satan, you and your demons go forth and be in utter confusion. I command it in Jesus' name. Alrighty, good night. Be blessed. Alrighty, we're off the air. Good night. You in Periscope. On the round for the whole, well, we had this our second time around, so thanks guys for those of you who've made it over here. And those of you in YouTube land, glad that you're there. I know folks want somebody upbeat and clowning and carrying them. I don't do all that. I just share as I share, and hopefully if you got a passion to help somebody, do it. Don't listen to family that tells you not to help. Don't listen to your whoever. Help. Go help somebody. Do something. Get off the couch. Get off the sofa. Get off the lawn chair. Get off the comfortable chair. Get up. Go get involved. Do something. Could be your son. Could be your daughter. Could be your brother. Could be your sister. Could be you. Go help somebody and see if there isn't a greater sense of satisfaction in life than sitting on the couch getting fat. Good night.